Number 2, Chris Hargrave. Number 3, Harlan Brannon. Number 4, Nick Argenio. And number 22, Jermaine Atkins. Your Blue Devils are coached by Mr. Ryan Hogan.
Stu Boyer and Mark Simon bringing you game 2 of our doubleheader today. Kenmore East against Kenmore West. And Mark, neither team has found a win yet this season. East is 0-5, West is 0-6. That's got to be extremely frustrating.
Yeah, it's very difficult for both coaches. You know, two programs that have great history. As you know, I'm a Kenmore West graduate, so this rivalry is kind of special to me. And just that the teams in the community that I live in be good teams. So, you know, but I think they're both young, and I think there's a lot of positives for them to work on, and we'll see how it goes here tonight.
Right off the tip, driving and missing a shot is Nick Argenio for Kenmore West. They're in the white. Kenmore East is in the blue and yellow numbers. And there's a ball stolen by Harlan Brannon. He'll drive, and his shot is no good, but there's a foul. He gets tangled up with one of the cheerleaders on the floor. I'll be interested to see for Kenmore West, Jermaine Atkins, who had an outstanding season on the gridiron, and we'll see what kind of basketball player he is.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see. I'm sure he's a really good athlete, and that sometimes that usually can carry over from sport to sport.
Harlan Brannon, a 9th grader, listed at 5'7", misses the first free throw. Happy birthday to Kenmore East Jim Badgley. He's 21 again.
Yeah.
Second free throw is good, and it's 1-0 Kenmore West. Nothing would make Jim happier, I think, than a win against their big rivals. In the backcourt now, almost stolen. Kenmore East bringing it to the front court in the person of Ray Moss. He's double teamed, spins, and there's a whistle and a foul. Referees for today's second game, Ken Harris and Will Tyler. It looks like West is going to get the ball to inbound it. No, they're going to keep it with East, excuse me, as Ray Moss gets set up to inbound it. As some.
It's either a shot clock problem, it could be. 35 on the shot, and that should not be the case, so we'll see.
Ryan Hogan and Ken Harris and Jim Badgley trying to get it straightened out as Will Tyler is standing holding the ball, waiting for them to get it all figured out on the far side. No shot clock, apparently. Is that what he said? That's what it sounded like.
I guess they're going to play. I don't know. Yeah, they're not going to play with the shot clock. We'll find out in a second.
Now, does that mean that
they'll play regular rules? They're the old days.
Well, that's interesting.
Oh, no, shot clock's working now, so now I'm totally confused.
Well, there's a missed shot by Ray Moss.
Not sure.
And the Blue Devils have the ball. Chris Hargrave with the ball. And now on the far side, the three is good from Harlan Brannon. 4-0, and Brannon has all 4 points for the Blue Devils. And Kenmore East bringing it up the floor. They get it and almost turn it over. Instead, they'll keep it. Nolan Pryor to Henry Morris. And now it's stolen, taken away by Alvarez. His long pass is a little too far and cannot be saved by Chris Hargrave.
Yeah, Kenmore West coming out with their pressure. They had the 2-2-1 press. And even the first trip down the floor, they play this 2-3 zone, but they usually trap a lot out of that. So that's where you'll see the aggressive defense out of the Blue Devils.
Here's Henry Morris on the far side. Excuse me, that wasn't Henry. That was A.J. Battaglia, but it's Kenmore West ball. Hargrave brings it across. Pass on the far side for Brannon. And near side for Hargrave. Back to Argenio. Hargrave for three. Good. And it's 7-0 Kenmore West.
You and me must bring out the good three-point shooting guys. because you, from game 1 and so far in game 2, it's like, oh my God, these guys can shoot.
Well, maybe that's a high school basketball trend, but either way, Kenmore West is off to a really good start, 7-0, and Kenmore East is struggling to handle the ball, struggling to get shots, and turning it over way too often. They do have a big man, Patrick Molnar, coming off a torn ACL, missed a COVID year, then tore his ACL, and so he's had some setbacks. Makai Thomas, a scratch, along with Jacob Kazurski. Thomas has had some issues keeping him away from the team. So they're missing a couple of players at least. Molnar is back, which is a good sign, and hopefully he's able to overcome that injury.
Yeah, I mean, the Bulldogs have some size, no question. I just, in 2 minutes, I'm going to go out on a limb. I just wonder if they have enough ball handling skills at the guard position to handle what's going to be in front of them. And I think we'll see if they can figure this press out.
I'm wondering if ball handlers in high school basketball are getting to be like kickers in high school football.
Yeah, I mean, point guards, true point guards. There's guys that can dribble, and they can dribble and drive and stuff like this, but this is going to be a problem for them right now.
Alvarez makes the steal, gets a shot off. Looks like he's fouled.
Yeah, it was going to be before the shot, though. So this will be the challenge for the Bulldogs on my quick 2-minute assessment. But I've seen this rivalry game enough times to know that anything can happen between these two schools.
Alvarez on the far side to Hargrave. Back over to Argenio. Argenio dumps it down low to Atkins. He puts up a shot and draws the foul. And he'll head to the free throw line.
So he's playing a 2-3 zone as well. So far, Ken West has been able to find the open spaces.
This is the second game of the Kenton Holiday Boys Basketball Tournament. Cheektowaga beat Sweet Home in the first game. And here's Jermaine Atkins at the free throw line. I believe he was one of the 10 finalists for the Connolly Cup. No, he was nominated. No, he was nominated, not one of the finalists. Sorry. Thank you, Francis Beck, for correcting me on that. Atkins makes the first free throw. Did have an outstanding season on the gridiron.
Yeah, the Blue Devils had a nice run down the stretch in the sectionals, and I was happy for Coach Johnny Haynes.
Second free throw is also good. And it's a 9-0 lead. Up on the far side, the Bulldogs bring it into the front court where they're trapped. And trying to get out of that is Caden Ballantyne, but he can't.
Yeah, I mean, the Ken West press is driving them to the outside, and the Bulldogs are going exactly where the Blue Devils want them to go. So they got to get the ball in the middle of the floor to be able to break this press.
Here's Harlem Brannon for three. That's no good. And Molnar pulls down the rebound for the Bulldogs. Ken East looking for its first points of the day. Battaglia driving, has the ball stripped by Brannon. And Brannon is hit from behind. That's a good back check, as they would say in hockey. And going the other way, putting the scoop chop up and in. And Kenmore East is on the scoreboard. Lindsey Manuel got it to fall. And it's a 9-2 game, and Manuel will head to the free throw line to try and complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
Much needed basket for the Bulldogs. I'm gonna have to get my Bulldogs and Blue Devils squared away.
Do what I do, Mark. See, right across from us, it says home of the Blue Devils. No, that's how I know.
I should know. I know. I've got stuff.
You went to school
I got
here.
stuff in my house at Blue Devils from my playing days here. Yeah, so I should have that part figured out.
Manuel's free throw is no good, and Atkins skies for the rebound, but was knocked out of bounds by Kenmore East. And now East is going to put some pressure on. In the backcourt, Brannon gets it across the timeline, gets it up ahead, and there's a foul before the shot on, they're going to call traveling. No foul there, but a travel called on a Marion Holt. And here comes the full court press by the Blue Devils. And Brannon Oh, he does get the ball on the turnover. That's a great play by Harlem Brannon.
Yeah.
Long pass into the corner and putting up the shot, but missing is Hargrave. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to Kenmore East.
Yeah, impressed with the Blue Devils so far out of the gate. They're very athletic, and it looks like they got some guys that can play. And if they're just young, that'll just take care of itself over the next couple of years.
John Wilson with the ball now, and he sends it right to Hargrave, who drives down the lane and scores and draws the foul. So John Wilson handed that one right to Hargrave, who took advantage of it, and it's 11-2. Hargrave at the free throw line with a chance to make it 12-2. Michael Bly comes into the game for Kenmore East, and Lindsey Manuel heads to the bench. Hargrave makes the around and out. Thought for sure that was going in. Now and there's a foul on Atkins for Kenmore West as he reached in on A.J. Battaglia. And you were talking about rivalry games. Well, fouls and free throws often have strange ways of occurring in games like this, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And I've seen this game where the Blue Devils were big on paper. Everybody thought the Blue Devils were going to win and they would lose, and I've seen it be the reverse, especially in the Kenton tournament. So it's got its own unique history.
Going all the way back to your days in the pit.
Back to the days in the pit, yeah. Best times of my life, though, I'll tell you.
And Kenmore East is called for over and back. So it'll go back to the Blue Devils, and Argenio will inbound the ball. Far side to Hargrave, back to Argenio. Now on the far side, it's Argenio still with the ball. Now on the far side to Brannon. He'll put it on the floor and kind of motion how he wants to run this offense. Argenio for three, off the iron, no good. Oh, Brannon sneaks in there. Nice play by Harlem Brannon, the freshman, and he gets two more. It's 13-2. And now we're going to have a whistle and a foul. I believe another one on our Marion Holt.
Yeah, Brannon having a heck of a first quarter.
It's 13-2. Ken West leading Kenmore East.
Joe Greco's in the house. There you go. Oh, he didn't hear me. Sorry. I ad-libbed for a second. He's the vice principal here, I believe. Former Ken West player, been a basketball referee.
And it's stolen by Kenmore West. It's Brannon coming away with the ball. He hits the deck hard. The ball rolls out of bounds, and it'll go back, I believe, to Kenmore East. Oh, substitutions happening quickly. No, it's going to stay with Kenmore West. Landon Calvert inbounds the ball and almost turned over, but it's Hargrave now to Brannon. Brannon drives, puts it up, no good. Rebound Hargrave, and he's double teamed, taken away by Bly for Kenmore East. And Battaglia brings it up the floor, gives it to Ballantyne. Ballantyne dribbling, dishes it off to Ray Moss, and a whistle and a traveling violation. Well, turnovers right now are really killing Kenmore East.
Yeah, and the Kenmore West, just the traps. They're everywhere you go. They're trying to trap the dribbler, and I don't know if the Kenmore East is going to be able to handle that. If they can solve it, they'll get themselves some layups on the back end.
Alvarez puts up a three. Good. Joe Alvarez, it's 16-2. Well, at this rate, this is going to be a long afternoon for Kenmore East. Now on the far side, it's Moss. He'll dish it off to Bly. He'll put up a running one-hander, a whistle and a foul. The shot's no good, but it looks like he's going to head to the free throw line for a couple of shots. And the foul's on Chris Hargrave. That's the only way Kenmore East is going to stay in this game is by doing that.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. Yeah, they broke the press. They had a chance to drive to the basket, and that's what they've got to do. Play with no fear and see if they can make some stuff happen.
Now the first free throw is no good. Between Bly and Molnar, it's 6-2 for Bly, 6-6 for Molnar, and 6-3 for Morris. they do have some size.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I mean, it's the most size we've seen today out of the 4 teams.
So Bly for the second free throw. That one is also no good. And who comes down with the rebound but Brannon?
Yeah.
Harlem Brannon having a monster game so far. Dishes it off to Alvarez. His shot is no good. Gets his own rebound. Good hustle there. Alvarez kicks it out, and the 3 is good by Argenio. 19-2. Now Alvarez playing some defense. Argenio playing some defense, and Kenmore East bringing the ball into the offensive end of the floor. It gets knocked out of bounds, and I think it may stay with them. Caden Ballantyne handling the ball there. And now Connor Christa will try to inbound it for the Bulldogs. He does. And now we get a whistle. And is that another foul there? The ball was inbounded to Moss. We'll see who that one's on. It's on Harlem Brannon. And the Bulldogs will inbound the ball underneath the basket they are attacking. There's the inbounds pass. It's over everybody coming right at us. And if Mark still had his good hands, he'd have made that play, but those days are gone.
I need longer hands. It wasn't a question of hands, it was the arms.
All right. I just wanted to make sure you knew.
No, I was there. I was
all right.
I was right there.
Okay. Here's Hargrave for West, and there's another foul. I believe that's on Ballantyne. Caden Ballantyne is called for the foul. 2:27 to go in the first quarter. This one looking very much like a mismatch. Kenmore West leading 19-2 with 2:25 and counting. Hargrave lays it up. He missed it completely. And now long pass the other way. Ahead for Moss. The Ballantyne for 3. Good! Caden Ballantyne, the left-handed 3. And it's 19-5. 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Here's Brannon, far side. Far side to Hargrave. Back to Argenio. Hargrave. And he turned it over, passed it right to the East player, but he falls on the floor as he gets the ball back. Let's see.
Travel. He fell down. Once you fall down with the ball, it's an automatic travel.
So it'll be Kenmore East ball as the Bulldogs try to claw
they
their
make
way.
a couple baskets, you make it interesting. You're going to get it to 10 points. Again, the rivalry games, you never know.
True. And on the far side, Ballantyne is double teamed, and he smartly bounces the ball off a Kenmore West player and will maintain possession. So the Bulldogs will try and inbound it. They do. They get it inbounds. And the bounce pass is picked off by Brannon and the Blue Devils. Long pass up ahead for Argenio. Banks it up and in. And it's 21-5 in favor of West. Now Moss for Kenmore East. Drives right down the lane, banks it up, no good. Rebound Brannon for West. He's got a lot of room to go, and he'll just drive down the lane, but Ballantyne will smack him before he gets the shot off, and he will head to the, well, that's a foul on East, so, and that'll put foul on Ballantyne, and he actually fouled Hargrave.
Yeah, it was Hargrave.
Not Brannon. My mistake. Ryan Hogan talking to Brannon. First free throw is around and out. So Brannon comes out. Richie Janis into the game for West. Brannon's had a really good first quarter.
Yes, he has. Very impressed for a freshman.
Hargrave. Second free throw is no good. Rebound controlled by East. Long pass up ahead on the far side. And the bank shot no good. Rebound by Hargrave. Kept alive by Argenio. Here's Hargrave still with the ball. Knocked up in the air. Taken back by Molnar. And he'll hand it off to Ballantyne as Molnar heads up the floor. Now Moss works it inside to the big man. Molnar puts it up. Won't go, but he does draw the foul. And that's another thing. They got to keep doing that.
Yep.
He's by my very unofficial glance at the roster, he's the tallest player on either roster, and only There are 3 players 6'2" on Kenmore West. So he's got a big size advantage there. Molnar makes the free throw. Good looking free throw there.
Yeah, I mean, every time East has been able to break the press and get it over, they've been able to get some kind of decent shot. They just were too many turnovers early where Kenmore West was able to just race off to this quick lead. So they're going to have to be able to do that first before they can do anything else.
He makes both free throws. It's 21-7. And Alvarez brings the ball up the floor. We're in the final 45 seconds. Argenio hands it off to Holt. Now Alvarez one more time. Now on the far side, it's Janis. And battle for the ball. Great effort. Great effort there by John Wilson from Kenmore East. We'll get a timeout here. 29.6 seconds to play in the first quarter. Kenmore West 21, Kenmore East 7. You're watching boys high school basketball on Western New York Athletics.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
We're back late in the first quarter. Just under 30 seconds to play in the quarter. Kenmore West leading this one 21-7. And in the back court, Wilson has it for the Bulldogs, and he hands it off to Manuel. Gets it across the timeline. Manuel stops and is double teamed. Ballantyne to Wilson. Driving down the lane and getting a shot blocked is Ray Moss. And it looks like Molnar got another shot and drew another foul. And he will be back at the free throw line.
Yep, we lost we lost one scoreboard and one shot clock, 2 shot clocks.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good.
We got one scoreboard going.
Yeah, we got 2.
Casualties
one over
of the
there.
storm must be.
We got 2 scoreboards going.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about the one across from you and I.
Molnar misses the free throw off the back iron, but no shot clocks. So now I imagine that's something else that'll fall upon the referees.
No, they'll just play with no shot clock.
No shot clock?
Right, yeah. If one of the shot clocks doesn't work, they're supposed to just play regular basketball like in the old days, except for the ladder when you got to go up and get it at the ball out of the basket.
It's interesting. Regular old basketball, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, nobody probably even knows what I'm talking about.
So you mean we could see some, there's a running one-hander that's no good by Alvarez. Molnar gets the rebound, and that's the end of the first quarter. Are you saying we could see the old Dean Smith 4 corners?
You could, if they didn't play shot clock, yes. And you could, yeah.
And now all 4 scoreboards are out.
Yeah, they may be resetting them. Everything.
And now they're back.
I'm going to guess maybe.
That's the end of the first quarter. Kenmore West 21, Kenmore East 8. You're watching Section 6 boys high school basketball on Western New York Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Second quarter getting underway. Nolan Pryor to inbound for Kenmore East. Bulldogs trail big, 21-8 in this one. Here at Kenmore West, second game of our doubleheader. And there's a foul on Richie Janis from Kenmore West.
Not the wisest of decisions, 30 feet away from the basket, but.
Well, that's another one of those things that drives you coaches crazy, I'm sure. A.J. Battaglia at the free throw line for Kenmore East. Did you have one pet peeve that bothered you more than anything else?
No, they all bothered me. One big real pet peeve, no.
Yeah, and the ball is on the floor. We get another whistle. Free throw was no good.
The hard thing was always trying to get kids to take charges. That was a big peeve. Get in. Guys driving in, stand under there and take your medicine for the team. And just a lot of kids never could get them to want to do that.
Well, that pass goes out of bounds to be Kenmore West ball. Best player you ever coached?
Oh boy, best athlete I ever coached. Naaman Roosevelt.
Great athlete.
You could have put Naaman in hockey skates. He'd have been great.
I think he just joined the coaching staff of his Canadian Football League team.
I believe that is correct, yeah.
Argenio, no good. Rebound Kenmore East. We get another whistle. Sorry, Mark, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. I just saw Naaman recently that the St. Joe's 05-06 basketball team just got inducted into St. Joe's Hall of Fame in September. So Naaman was here, and Dominic Cook and John Greer and all the great players of that team that we had that year that went 27-2. So it was just fun to see them all.
Didn't Naaman just get inducted into the Greater Buffalo Sports Hall of Fame too?
No, not yet. Not the Greater Buffalo. No, not yet. No, it was St. Joe's for the team and for himself as well that night.
And here's Kenmore East. Pryor with the ball into the corner on the far side, trying to dribble out of there. They do. The three-pointer is good by Ray Moss. And just like that, it's a 10-point game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised this thing got a little closer.
Now they try to throw it underneath, intended for Landon Calvert, and it gets knocked out of bounds. The ball will stay with Kenmore West. Argenio will inbound it.
And I think there's some room at the Kenmore East. They can get somebody to the foul line. I think there'll be openings there. I'm going to take a look the next couple trips down the floor. The way Ken West is coming out and trapping, they should be leaving the foul line area open. If East can get the ball there, then they're going to have a chance to be able to get some better shots.
Just feed it down low to Molnar.
Yeah, ideally you'd go foul line to the low block and hopefully get some easy short shots. So we'll see what West does. Do they stay in their press or not? Yeah, he's going to keep pressing. So
Argenio turns it over for West, and East looks to inbound it. They get it in to Moss, and he will dribble it across the timeline. Two players converge on him, and he maintains possession. And Molnar lays it up and in. Molnar lays it up and in. That's what they're going to have to do.
Middle of the floor is where the answers are going to be for Ken East if they can get it there.
It's 21-13 now. Hargrave back to Brannon. Brannon into the corner for Alvarez for three. Off the iron, no good. Rebound Argenio for West. Puts it on the floor. Dishes it off on the far side to Calvert. We get a whistle and a traveling violation against West. It'll be East ball. East inbounds it, and they'll bring it on the near side to Battaglia. His pass goes over and that's a foul.
He called a hand check, yep.
Another hand check. Henry Morris dribbling that one, and now Landon Calvert is whistled for the foul, and that'll put Henry Morris at the free throw line for East.
Yeah, both teams now are going to shoot the one-on-one the rest of the half, so.
There's 6 minutes and 16 seconds left, which could make this a very long half.
If you have a fish fry reservation, now is the time that you might want to I was going to save my fish fry stuff till the second half, but we may have to go to it now. So, we can decide where we're fish frying after. But
Miller comes down with the rebound for West at the missed free throw. Argenio into the corner for Alvarez. He gets it out to Hargrave. Hargraves drives down the lane, puts it up and in. Chris Hargrave for two, 23-13, and Ryan Hogan takes a timeout. We'll take a timeout too. 6:01 to go, second quarter. Kenmore West leads Kenmore East 23-13.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home.
Kenmore East gets it to the big man, Molnar. He puts up a shot, but he's fouled, and he'll go back to the free throw line for 2 more. So it's good to see Patrick Molnar involved after missing the COVID season and tearing an ACL.
Yeah, it had to be just so hard for that young man. Lose 2 years of your career. It's obviously you can't get them back, and just feel for the kids, especially all of them, college kids as well, and just tough when you're limited in how many years you can go.
And there's nothing anyone could have done about it. Nice rebound and putback, but it won't fall for Morris. And now here's Brannon, and there's another foul, and that will go against Ray Moss of Kenmore East, who hit Brannon on the hand.
Yeah, but I think Kenmore East is they seem to be playing better now at a different speed. And even though they're fouling, I think that they just seem to be better as a team overall. They're definitely getting more opportunities to hit the basket, so they've been more aggressive against the press. So if it has to be ugly, it will be ugly.
Brannon at the free throw line for West. West has 10 fouls, East has 7. Brannon's free throw is off the iron, no good. And Morris hauls down the rebound, and bringing it up the floor is Battaglia. He stops, gets it to Lindsey Manuel, and that 3 is off the iron by Morris, and Ken West gets the rebound. On the far side, it's Hargrave. He stops, hands it off to Argenio. Now he gets the ball back. Near side to Brannon. And now it looks like Kenmore East is in his zone, and they'll force Kenmore West to pull it out a little bit. And they find Brannon, and his shot goes off the back iron. Molnar hauls down the rebound, gets it ahead to Moss. Moss to a streaking Henry Morris, and he can't make the layup, but he does get the foul, and he'll head to the free throw line for 2.
If I remember right, 19-2, I think I heard you say.
You did.
At one point.
So
that's now it's 23-14. Make these 2, could be 16.
He misses the first one. You could see he's a little frustrated. And Molnar will get a break. But they'll put in another big man in Michael Bly. Not quite as tall, but Bly is in at 225 and Molnar at 210. And Kenmore East will turn it over.
Free throw shooter crossed the line before the ball hit the rim there. So unfortunately, he made it, so they lose a point there.
So in this game already, we've seen a player inbound the ball and get it passed back to him while he's still out of bounds, and step over the free throw line. And here's Argenio to Alvarez, back to Argenio. Under 5 minutes to play in the half. Brannon thought about the 3, and now he'll pass it into the corner. There's another 3 that's no good, taken by Miller, and it's Kenmore East with the ball. Battaglia brings it into the front court. Battaglia dishes it off for Morris. He kicks it out to Manuel for 3 off the iron, no good. Rebound Ken East put up, and it still won't go. And finally Brannon comes down with the rebound for West, and he pushes it into the front court. Nice bounce pass intended for Argenio, blocked by Morris, and Ken East comes back the other way. It's Manuel drives down the lane. The shot is blocked, goes out of bounds, and it should, I think, stay with Kenmore East. No, they're going to say it goes to West.
Yeah, I believe it went off of his thigh.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it was
So-
kind of hard to see. There were 3 white uniforms right around it. So the only reason I knew is the referee said
Hit his hand.
Hit his thigh. So it's a little referee sign language.
Well, there's a good defensive play by Morris to prevent Kenmore West from passing it into the offensive zone. On the far side, John Wilson comes in, and A.J. Battaglia goes out for the Bulldogs. There's Hargrave.
So you notice now West isn't getting all the opportunities off their press, and now they actually have to earn some shots, and it's become a lot harder for them.
Brandon banks one in.
As soon as I say that.
That's always
He
the way it
runs
works.
one off the glass, but
And now coming back. Oh, he got away with one there, I think Brandon did. Here's Manuel for East. He puts up a 3, around and out. No luck there for him. Alvarez gets the rebound. 3:35 to go in the second quarter. Here's Alvarez. The running one-hander is no good. Rebound taken down by Wilson for the Bulldogs. Wilson.
yeah, he's way out of
stepped
bounds.
out of bounds.
Yep, he was well out of bounds.
The turnover. Lindsey Manuel couldn't quite believe it.
He was about 4 feet out of bounds because they got 2 sets of blue lines.
Right, I
in
can
front
see
of
how
me.
that'd
Yeah, no,
be a
I
bit
absolutely,
confusing.
yeah, absolutely can see it. Yep.
And now Kenmore East putting on some pressure. They'll get it to Brannon, and they'll get it to Alvarez. Alvarez banked up and in. Nicely done. A.J. Miller gets the bucket. 27-14. And now Kenmore West now back the other way, driving toward the bucket, putting it up, but can't get it to fall is Henry Morris. He draws the foul, and he'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah,
Well,
big guys getting much more involved on the back end now for Kenmore East on the offensive end to get to the hoop. So that's made a difference in the game.
Well, it's listed as 10 fouls. It's well over that, but I guess they just stop posting them once they get to double figures.
Yes, they do.
Wonder why they do that.
It's probably a woke thing. I don't know.
A what? What did you say?
Woke or whatever that word thing is.
That's priceless.
I'm going to guess. I don't know. I hope I don't get in trouble for that.
You will.
I know.
Not from me, though.
That's okay.
There's Brannon with the ball. Both free throws were missed. Driving down the lane, the scoop shot is blocked. Hargrave had it blocked, and the foul, I believe, is on Bly.
But truthfully, I can say that's been in the rule book for probably 10 years. So
Okay,
yeah,
well,
that's the honest answer.
I would have bet that I might have been the first one to use that word, me or Paul Catrona, but not you.
Sorry.
And I would have lost my bet. Don't be sorry. It's okay. Some things that don't make a lot of sense, and that's one of them. Francis will make sure to let Frank know that you said it and not me.
Yeah.
And Frank will probably get a good chuckle out of it. Here's Hargrave at the free throw line. Free throw is good. It's 28-14, Kenmore West. And East looks to inbound the ball on the far side, and there's a traveling call. If they got it to Molnar, but Moss traveled, so it's Ken West ball. You can see the frustration for the players at Kenmore East.
Yeah.
They're little mistakes, and they tend to snowball.
Yeah. And again, they lack the true point guard, and you're going against presses. If you don't really have that player, it's hard. It's just really hard.
And did they call a turnover on that one? Or is that a foul? There's a foul on that one.
Yep.
It's going to be, I believe, on Ray Moss. His second, as that's the 9th personal, and it'll send Hargrave to the free throw line. It's a 1-and-1. Well, we're over 20 fouls. We don't know how many over because they stopped counting after 10.
Because that's what the rule book says.
Ah, okay. So it's not woke, it's rule.
No, it wasn't woke.
But it was still funny that you used that word. That's great
Comedy's
entertainment.
trying to be part of my routine. So
I didn't know you did stand up.
occasionally.
Dave Ricci did stand up. Do you know
Yes,
Dave?
Birch Dog, he's here.
Dave is here?
He's in your far left corner over there. Yep.
All right.
No, he's over back there.
Hello, Dave. How are you, buddy?
I think he's standing at the door at the corner.
I've always, it's 30-14 Kenmore West.
Yeah.
Yep, I
he's
see
over
him.
there. Oh yeah.
I see him.
He's always at a Kenmore East or some Tonawanda type event.
Here's Molnar now with the ball. Ahead to Battaglia. Battaglia back to Ballantyne. And now a three-pointer is off the iron by Wilson, and coming away with the rebound and getting it up ahead to Argenio is Kenmore West. He lays it up and in. And it's 32-14 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the half. And there's a foul by Argenio. And you can see Ryan Hogan, he's so frustrated. Did you see his body language?
Yeah.
So.
But, you know, when you're going to play that type of tempo game, it's hard to get the kids to do some they just do goofy things, you know. Guys getting ready to run by you take a shot at a steal. But, you know, as I said in the earlier game, the benefits still outweigh some of the things that don't go well with the press. And that's how teams decide, am I willing to give up, get 3 steals to give up 1 basket? Yeah, if you could turn the 3 steals into 6 points.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just a thing you just got to weigh.
Now Battaglia makes both free throws to make it 32-16. And, of course, the Dave Ricci reference is Dave, back in the day, was a stand-up comic.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And Ken Maurice steals the ball.
I did not know that.
Comes to Manuel on the near side. He's cut off. He gets it to Moss. He'll put up the 3 off the iron. No good. Excuse me, that's John Wilson, not Moss. And it's Alvarez with the ball for Kenmore West. And now Hargrave. I've always asked Dave to do some, but I want to know when I can see him do it again, but I don't think he will. I think he's retired from that. Yeah, a long time ago. But I always ask him. Hargrave with the ball. Alvarez now. He's cut off. Argenio. Back to Alvarez. Wide open 3. Around and out. Molnar gets the rebound. Pulls it away from a couple of players as Ken Maurice looks to get started here. Battaglia with the ball to Manuel. And Manuel puts up a shot. It won't go. Molnar there to grab the rebound. He's tied up by Hargrave, and the whistle blows, and we'll see which way that one goes.
I think it's going to be a foul on Kenmore West.
We're
going to get a 1-and-1, I think, on the rebound.
I think you're right. That's the 3rd foul on Hargrave, and the number of fouls, you get enough players in trouble, that too can be a great equalizer as Molnar heads back to the free throw line. 1:10 to play here in the second quarter.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that. You're right. They only have so many players, especially the guys that their top 8 guys. They start getting into foul trouble, this thing could take a turn. It's fun while they're doing it right now, but eventually you get to look at the bench and go, where do I go next if one of my senior players or starter players gets in foul trouble?
Robert Hopkins into the game for West. Molnar, that free throw's off the iron, no good. Rebound to Richie Janis.
I mean, at one point they had this thing down to 7 points. I remember, right? 7 or 8.
Argenio now. There's Janis. Alvarez, Argenio for 3. Off the iron, no good. Molnar gets the rebound for West. They'll up ahead for Wilson. Is it a little too far? And he puts the sneaker on the floor and slides. You heard the squeak, and unfortunately that's traveling. So now Molnar goes out, and Henry Morris comes back in.
Kenny Harris right there, our official, former college football official.
Did you referee games with him back
I did,
then?
yep.
Alvarez.
I don't know if you remember, his son went to St. Joe's, and he went to the University of Pittsburgh, and he played for the Chicago Bears.
Oh, that's his
Kenny
son.
Harris Jr., yep.
I didn't realize that.
It is him, yes.
Alvarez now, final 30 seconds. Alvarez drives to the bucket, no good. Underneath, the rebound is taken away by East. And they'll get it to Wilson. Now into the corner for 3. Off the back iron, no good by Battaglia. Battaglia's got it back again, one more time. Now Wilson. Wilson drives, stops, puts up a shot, and scores. 32-19 as the half comes to a close. At halftime, it's Kenmore West 32, Kenmore East 19. You're watching boys Section 6 basketball on Western New York Athletics. We'll be back in with the second half after this short break.
I love being home.
There's There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
You're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
Being home.
Life can be full of surprises, but not always the good kind. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated, multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
You're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Welcome back to Kenmore West as we get set to start the second half. The Blue Devils of West leading the Bulldogs of East 32-19. Both these teams still looking for their first win on the season. West is 0-6, East is 0-5, and West will get the ball to start the second half. They will attack the basket to our right. So I'm Stu Boyer along with Mark Simon, the former St. Joe's coach. Now spending half his time in Florida and avoiding us here in Western New York. I'm just kidding.
No, I love Western New York.
I
just don't. Not a big fan of the cold, actually.
You mean like what happened a week ago today?
You know, that didn't bother me. I had 4 days in the house. I binge watched a lot of TV. It wasn't bad.
Here's Kenmore West. Argenio sends it into the corner on the far side. Trapped in the corner and knocked out of bounds was Alvarez. And it looks like the ball is going to stay with the Blue Devils. Atkins will inbound.
Yeah, we'll see if they make any strategy changes at halftime. I'm not sure what either one of them could do.
Brannon scores again. Harlem Brannon having a great game.
Yeah.
And it's 34-19. And now they work it ahead to the other Henry Morris, 6'3", 175-pound senior for two, 34-21 in favor of the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs have been much more involved since the big guys have been touching the ball. Second quarter, a lot of touches for the two big guys, which made for an even quarter. We talked about it was 12-11 at in the second quarter.
Well, Brannon in there battling for the rebound for West, and Alvarez puts it up. It still won't go. Knocked loose. And Morris comes down with the rebound for the Bulldogs. And Alvarez playing some defense, but it's Battaglia driving it into the front court. They dish it off to Molnar, who somehow puts it up, and it won't go. It looked like he got hammered 2 or 3 or 4 times, but I guess he didn't have the ball. It was very physical underneath is what I was getting at.
Yeah, noticeable size advantage when he's out there. When you really look, he's a good 4 or 5 inches taller than any of the Blue Devils, at least the ones that want to rebound.
So it's Blue Devils ball. They lead 34-21. And Brannon in the backcourt to Hargrave, and he falls down, and somehow we're going to get another foul here. That's
I think timeout. I think
Ryan Hogan takes a timeout. Jim Badgley's wondering how is that possible. And we're going to have a jump ball because they're not sure who the possession went to, apparently. No, they're going to give it to Kenmore East, as Jim Badgley actually won a discussion with the, I don't want to say argument, it's a discussion with the officials. They'll inbound it into the front court and put up by Molnar, and he scores. It's 34-23. Molnar's got to be getting close to 10 points, maybe more, because he's got a bunch at the free throw line. And here's Hargrave in the backcourt. Now Brannon into the front court to Atkins. Atkins to Argenio. He puts it up and in. And it's 36-23. Had a nice visit at halftime with Dave Ricci, well-known writer from this area. Not doing much writing now, running a dog walking business.
Yeah.
There's Moss for East.
He's got quite the resume.
Yes, he does. Battaglia. Now here's Henry Morris. Our side to Ray Moss. Moss drives down the lane, lays it up and in. Well, that was kind of funny how the lane opened like the Red Sea there. And it's 36-25, lead down to 11.
Yeah, Kenmore East is getting a lot more quality scoring opportunities.
Here's Jermaine Atkins with the ball. And now it's Brannon, and he's fouled by Battaglia. And his second foul. Argenio inbounds to Brannon. Now Hargrave has the ball back to Argenio. He'll dump it down low to Alvarez. Now there's a three that's well short, but Brannon gets the rebound of the Alvarez shot. Argenio running one-hander is no good, and Atkins knocks it out of bounds. Well, he tried to knock it off an East player, but it didn't quite work. It went off of him, and it's East ball. 5:11 to play in the third quarter. Kenmore West lead down to 11 at 36-25, but looks like they turned it right back over deep in their own end.
Yep. He just fumbled the ball out of bounds. So, again, it's that constant pressure just wears you out.
Well, both these teams desperately seeking their first win. And it'll be Kenmore West inbounding the ball underneath or to a little bit to the side of the basket that they are attacking. They'll get it to Hargrave. Hargrave to Alvarez for three. Off the iron, no good. Molnar skies for the rebound. Passes it up ahead, but it's stolen by Argenio. Pass intended for Moss. Now on the far side to Alvarez. Back to Hargrave. And he passes it back to Alvarez, but he was going forward and the pass was behind him. That is a basic lack of communication right there. Moss will inbound, and then he'll get the ball back. And he almost turned it over underneath the basket. Brandon getting in the way. Ball's on the floor, a tie-up. It's a jump ball, and the possession arrow points to Kenmore West. A lot of what I'd like to call loosey-goosey basketball for lack of a better term.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you.
That's a good one. Yeah, you could use that one.
Thank you. I'll be here till the end of this one.
I'm sure we can think of a few more before this is over.
There's Alvarez. Now Argenio to Brandon. Almost stolen by Moss. Brandon hangs on to it. Argenio. And he's double teamed. Ball comes loose, but it's saved by Alvarez. Bounce pass to Argenio. Now it's taken away by East. The big man Molnar hands it off to Battaglia. He gets it into the front court to Moss. And now Morris, one more time to Battaglia, drives down the lane, kicks it out into the corner. The shot is off the iron, no good. Actually, that was an air ball by Pryor, and we got a whistle and a foul. Oh, we got an injury. Looks like A.J. Battaglia is hobbling off. Hopefully he's okay. Molnar's going to head to the bench, and Michael Bly comes in to take his spot. So it's 36-25, under 4 minutes to play. Not a lot of scoring, it seems like, here in the second half. Brannon to Hargrave to Argenio. Now back to Brannon. Brannon to Alvarez. Almost stolen instead. That's a reach-in foul on Caden Ballantyne, who tried to knock the ball away, but it's called for the reach-in.
Yeah, I could hear it over here. So he definitely got him.
And it's not a sound, that hand slapping hand, and we got a little toy on the court. Must have been one of the young fans dropped it out there. Looked like the prize in a box of Cracker Jacks, if anyone remembers Cracker Jacks. Francis, you probably never heard of that.
I did those two. I'll vouch for you.
All right, Alvarez takes a three. It's off the iron, no good. Morris comes down with the rebound and simply hands it off to Nolan Pryor. Pryor, far side for Moss. Laid up, no good. Missed by East, and another foul. Yeah. And is that one going to go against Bly? I think it is. And it's 36-25, still in favor of Kenmore West.
Well, they've had a lot of chances to score. Both teams have, but Kenmore East has had plenty of opportunity to get themselves closer in this game.
And so far, they've been unable to do it. Alvarez on the far side. Now Argenio back to Alvarez. Long range three. Good. Nice shot there. And it's 39-25.
And that was long range.
And bringing it up the floor is Morris. He'll go right to the bucket. The ball won't foul, but he does draw the foul. Ball won't fall, draws the foul.
Yeah, good answer by him. He put his head down and saw a nice lane up the middle. Just keep right on going.
And he will head to the free throw line. Henry Morris, the senior. And the first free throw is no good.
Yeah, he struggled at the foul line.
Now you can see the coaches pointing out to him, do it this way, the form. They want him to use the form.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking the same thing. So.
Well, he kind of pushed it.
Yeah, his release is a little what you wouldn't teach, and
There's another foul, and my guess that's a frustration foul on Morris's part as he knocked Argenio out of bounds. Frustrated that he missed the free throws.
Yeah.
Not an excuse, but understandable, the
That's
frustration.
the 5th foul on Kenmore East now, so that's not going to be helpful in trying to get themselves back in the game.
Argenio jumps it down low to Atkins, puts it up and in. Nice athletic play there by Jermaine Atkins. And now here comes the full court pressure. And they turn it over. Atkins to Alvarez for 3. No good off the iron. Gets his own rebound. And now it's Argenio with the ball. He'll put up a 3. No good. Rebound hauled down by Manuel. And he has it stolen by Brannon, and he misses the layup. He's still got the ball. Now it's Kenmore East. And dribbling and colliding and getting knocked down is A.J. Battaglia. He hit the deck, and he gets some help up from his teammate, Nolan Pryor. And the ball will stay. And we're going to get some substitutions. John Wilson and Ray Moss come back into the game for East. The ball stays with East. East has 5 fouls in the half. West 2. 2:16 to play. And West with a 16-point lead as Ray Moss gets set to inbound it to Wilson. Wilson's got some room. He'll stop. He'll get cut off. And he'll get it to Morris. He'll bank it up and in. And it's 41-27. Nice shot there by Henry Morris.
Yeah, I'm impressed the way the big guys have really been part of the play in the last 2 quarters, and hopefully that's something Coach Badgley can take with him after this game.
Alvarez to Brannon. Brannon is cut off. Sends it back to Alvarez. Argenio makes a move. Drives to the basket. His layup won't go. Kenmore West gets the rebound. And Holt misses the layup. And we get a whistle and a foul. And the foul is on Marion Holt. And the Bulldogs will maintain possession, the 3rd foul of the half, on the Blue Devils. Morris looks to inbound, and he does finally get it inbounds. Almost stolen by Brannon, who's been a terror all day. They get it to Molnar, has it knocked out of his hands, gets the ball back, passes it up ahead to Wilson. And Wilson has the ball one more time, gets it to Moss, to Morris, and he scores. Henry Morris for 2, and it's 41-29 as we're in the final minute and 15 seconds of the 3rd quarter. Brannon, far side to Alvarez. Alvarez, Argenio, Alvarez for 3, off the iron, no good. And Manuel comes down with the ball for East, and he'll drive, but it's stolen back by Alvarez as he tried to drive to the basket. Gets it to Argenio. Argenio for West across the timeline. In the paint, short jump shot is well short. Atkins tries to save it, and he does. Was able to bank it off the East player and out of bounds. Good play there by Atkins. Didn't work the first time, worked beautifully that time. And West will inbound it. Alvarez to Brannon. Brannon back to Argenio, almost threw it away. Argenio saves it to Alvarez, driving. Shot is no good. Rebound Argenio. He'll put up a shot. That one's around and out. And the Bulldogs, Christa comes down with the rebound. And stolen by Brannon. And Brannon goes in for the layup and scores and gets fallen on after the bucket. No foul there. And it's 43-29. Coming back the other way is Manuel. Driving toward the bucket. The running one-hander is no good. And the buzzer sounds as we got a player down on the floor. And they might put time back on the clock. Let's see what they do. And the buzzer has sounded, and that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. It's Kenmore West 43, Kenmore East 29. You're watching boys Section 6 basketball on Western New York Athletics.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
Kenmore West, 8 minutes away from their first win of the season. If they can hold the lead on Kenmore East, it's 43-29. It's a 14-point lead.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, you know, the 19-2 start didn't help the Bulldogs. They fought themselves back twice, where they had a chance to get it to 7 at one point, and they just haven't been able to make the plays to just get them over the hump.
Argenio steals that pass. And bodies are flying all over the place, and there's another foul, and that one will go against A.J. Battaglia. That's the 6th foul on Kenmore East. There's Brannon, and he'll send it to Alvarez, and his pass is blocked. Battaglia has it for East, and the Bulldogs bring it up the floor. Battaglia. And he'll actually slow it down, one of the few times that anything has been slowed down in this game.
Yeah.
And there's a shot that's good by Ray Moss, and a timeout taken by Jim Badgley. It's 40, that was a 3, so it's 43-32 in favor of West. I thought I saw him call timeout.
Oh, he did. He wanted to blast the young man who just made that shot.
Wanted to blast him because he
did. I think it's, number 11, Ray Moss, might have turned around and said something to his coach after he drilled that 3.
Oh, well, then I think he'll be taking it.
So this is a disciplinary thing.
Yep, and there he is at the end of the bench.
Yeah, he did. He turned and looked at his bench. I don't know what the comment was dictated to him. Could have been a player, for a teammate. I don't know, but that's why the timeout was called.
Well, and at least he didn't.
It wasn't happy birthday.
No. Well, at least he didn't do it to the other bench to start
No, that's
something.
true, but you can't be doing it to your own bench
No,
either.
no.
So something is amiss there, and that's unfortunate, and hopefully whatever happened, they'll learn from it and move on.
Well, that is the way of the world, my friend.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're still, you're dealing with young kids. They're emotional. They're competitive. They see stuff on television. So that's part of the coach's job, is to just to mold and mentor. And, I had a ton of players over the years that were, needed to grow up, and this is part of the process. And Coach Badgley's talking to him now, and hopefully gets his point across, and he'll be a better, young man for it. That's all. That's the whole point of coaching.
And now the lead is down to 11, and Kenmore East will put some pressure on in the backcourt here. They'll get it to Argenio. He's being guarded by Krista. And he'll stop and work it ahead to Atkins. Takes one dribble, gets it back to Argenio. Argenio still with the ball. He drives down the lane, puts it up, no good. Kenmore East gets the rebound, and there's a foul on Argenio underneath. I think that was on number 4 in white.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. A lot of the fouls, too, we've seen tonight are they're unnecessary fouls. I mean, you can play hard, and be scrappy and stuff, but just a lot of fouls, you just don't need to make them.
And this is where you can see that lack of a true point guard here. And that could, that's another foul. And that one is on Holt. So you can see how difficult it is to bring the ball up out of the backcourt if you don't have a true ball handler. And that's something that they don't have right now. A very dangerous pass, almost picked off, saved by Battaglia. He's still got it, and that one is picked off, and it's Holt driving toward the bucket, lays it up and in.
Yeah, and it's just a senseless turnover. Battaglia just trying to drive someplace where I don't think he really even knew where he was trying to go.
Well, I'll ask you this as a coach, as Kenmore East gets it into Morris, but it's taken away. And great play, great effort on the floor by the Bulldogs right there. That's just, and now back the other way, Holt knocks it away, a whistle and a foul. How many times when you see the press, why is it that players continue to actually stop, which is exactly what they want you to do?
Oh, right.
Why?
Exactly, yeah.
How many times did you have to?
Well, because they play uncontrolled. And the first thing you have to really teach against the press is you need to not go fast. You need to go slow. You need to bring it up as a tandem of 2 or a tandem of 3. Make the couple extra pass, because the defenders, they don't want you to pass it from one guy to the middle to the other side, and then you can get it into the middle. So, but they got to work on that in practice. You got to take hours and hours of, go slow. Don't dribble yourself into trouble, and that's what everybody does, and that's what presses are designed to do. So a lot of coaching is spent on press breaking, and that's huge.
So Holt makes the first free throw to make it 46-32 in favor of Kenmore West. Both teams still looking for their first win of the season. Second free throw is good, and they'll keep up the pressure. They get it ahead to Morris in the front court. He'll hand it off to Krista. Krista has it, and now Manuel has it. Thought about the 3. Now we'll put it on the floor, send it into the corner, and Krista couldn't save that one. And it's another turnover. It'll be Kenmore West ball.
Yeah, I think Ken West got a little lucky there without a foul call. And for West, there's no reason now. You're up 15 points with 6 minutes to go. Your thing is let's run 2 or 3 more minutes, and keep it at 15, and let some of the guys who haven't played play, and you and I can go get our fish fries. Whatever we're going to do.
Well, I know where we're going. Argenio makes the 3. I'm picking up dinner for the missus on the way home.
And I'm going to Jovi's for dinner. So there you go.
All right, we're going to Sheridan Family Restaurant.
Yeah, you guys plug them. We can plug them. It's all right.
There's a foul. Valentine dribbling the ball, and he's fouled. I believe that's on Brannon. I'm not having fish fry tonight.
Oh, no, fish fry for you?
No. I like it, though. Actually, I prefer broiled fish to fried fish.
So do I. Yeah. You couldn't tell by looking at me, but I do. I do actually like a broiled, yes.
Yeah, you're
or
on.
a little Cajun.
Oh, I love Cajun.
Little Cajun. Yeah, the beer battered once in a while because it just tastes good, but it's probably not the best.
You are on fire today.
Whatever that means, thanks.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. Here's East inbounding the ball to Morris, and somehow he saved it, and someone got knocked down and banged their head on the court. I hope he's all right. And that is Nolan Pryor down on the floor. Looked like he hit his head on the floor. 50-32, Kenmore West leads Kenmore East. You're watching Section 6 Boys High School Basketball on Western New York Athletics.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
Hopefully Nolan Pryor is okay. Looked like he smacked his head on the hardwood, and he's with the trainers on the far side. So hopefully Nolan is okay as we get set to resume play. 5:53 to go. Kenmore West leading Kenmore East by 18, 50-32. Stu Boyer and Mark Simon bringing you the action. Francis Beck, our producer. Russ Battaglia on camera. And both these teams still searching for their first win. Kenmore West in a great spot to make their record 1-6. And this loss, should it happen, will drop Kenmore East to 0-6.
Yeah, and they'll be pretty much in league schedule then for January. I didn't look, but Niagara Wheatfield's very good. Niagara Falls is very good. Lockport's good. North Tonawanda good. So they're going to have their hands full every night. So they just got to keep getting better. That's all you can do.
And there's a drive down the lane by Chris Hargrave, and he runs into the East player. And that's on Ray Moss.
Both teams, Kenmore West has shown moments of brilliance tonight, and we love the Brandon kid who had the great first quarter, and they've got athletes and people that can score. Ken East has still got the two bigger guys, which there's not a lot of size in this league, and hopefully they can still grow and develop, and that's the fun part of coaching. Can you get better?
Second free throw is good to make it 51-32. Well, that's what the coach wants to do, get better every day, right?
Yep. And then you find out what your program lacks. Do you need a point guard that's, whether it's on your JV or your modified? And you got to develop those guys off season.
And that's banked up and in by Ray Moss. Good effort there by the Bulldogs as they cut into the lead by 2. And now the clock is really working against them. Need a big run here. Hargrave drives, puts it up and in. Nicely done by Chris Hargrave. And once again, Kenmore West keeping up the pressure in the back court. They'll get it to Manuel in the front court. Now his teammates will join him. And he gets it to Moss, who misses the shot. And it comes out of there with Brannon. And he's almost, they turned it over. Great defensive play by Caden Ballantyne. 4:56 to play. Let's see if East can close that gap and make these final few minutes nerve-wracking for Kenmore West. Morris to Wilson, into the corner to Manuel, right back to Wilson. Now Moss. He finds a man underneath, and Manuel banks it up and in. Well, they showed great patience there to earn the bucket.
And it's nice, too, to see Moss back in the game. That's the player that Coach Badgie took out, but, had a little teaching moment with him, and the great thing is he put him back in, and that's good for everybody.
And driving to the basket, I believe there was a foul. Looked like it could have been a carry as well. It'll put Hargrave at the line. Hargrave for 2 free throws here. First one is good.
Yeah, I look around this gym. They really build a nice facility
Beautiful.
Here,
Really is.
They really
Beautiful.
have. Brett Banker's done a tremendous job as the director of athletics for Kenmore. They got great facilities now at East and West, and they've redone the fields at Crosby and Parker Field, and it's just, really, really good stuff.
Stolen by Brannon. He lays it up. He missed the layup. It was affected by Moss, who got back on defense. Here's Manuel driving down the lane, kicks it into the corner for 3. Off the iron, no good. Manuel had the rebound in his hands, but it was knocked away. I believe that was Moss who missed the 3. Here's Brannon one more time. Manuel defending him. He puts it up, and it won't go, but he draws the foul. Brannon is like a little Spitfire.
Yeah, I really like him. Yeah.
He's the Tasmanian Devil type, or Energizer Bunny, just keeps on going. And he's a guard, a 9th grader, stands at 5'7", makes the first free throw. He's had quite a game.
No, and that's the best part about him. You're watching him today, and he's playing a decent varsity game, no matter what the competition is. And he's 9th grade. And this is tremendous experience for him, and it's good for the program if they can keep him all 4 years here at school, and if they don't go into the portal.
Well, yeah, right.
I kind of kid about that. That high school has a portal now. So
well, here's the thing. And now, when you coached at St. Joe's, one day I was talking to the late, great Dick Gallagher, and we were at St. Joe's. It was the St. Joe's Canisius game, played at the Kessler Center.
Yep.
And I said, Dick, this is just the JV kids played before the varsity game, and the house was almost completely packed. I said, this is just fabulous experience for all these kids. Even the kids who, like, whatever reason, don't go on to play on the varsity, have played in a college gym in front of a packed house.
Yeah.
Where else do you get that kind of experience? It's a great experience. And I think that was before Canisius had the run with, I think, the oldest McDonald boy, Mike McDonald's oldest son.
I don't remember the years, but I know the experiment. So many people were complaining they couldn't go to the games at either high school, and Kyle and I had just said, you know what, let's take it off thing. We'll do 2 of them, so it's equal. And it was phenomenal. It was fantastic. But after a couple of years, everybody missed being at the own school,
right.
So there was a lot of debate over what to do that. And I don't remember, we played Niagara Falls in the Gallagher Center.
That goes back even further.
We did that in 05 and 06, and actually we were able to beat that Harris team. And
I do remember that.
Yeah, that was the year that we went 27-2. But it was fun. It was great for the kids. It was great for everybody. Breaks up the monotony of the season and just doing different things. So, and there was a lot of that going on in high school basketball back then. Remember, they were doing stuff at City Honors, and there were a lot of things, Well, that was when they had the MLK tournament the
at Buff
MLK
State,
tournament, right?
Then they moved it to City Honors.
Yeah.
There's a foul there that'll put Kenmore West Hargrave back on the free throw line.
This is when you'll find out if the referees have fish fries lined up. You'll be able to tell in the next minute
more
or two.
fire coming from Mark Simon. I just and I remember that had to be before Canisius built their Kennedy Center.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So the first free throw
because the
good.
Delaware Avenue, though, the auditorium games were crazy.
No, it's like Bishop Timon now.
Right, still same thing. Still tremendous atmosphere. There's a lot of good atmosphere places across all of Western New York. It's not just Catholic League. It's the ECIC's got tremendous stuff. There's a lot of them.
And this place, if it's packed, will be a great home court advantage.
Yep.
And now the rebound hauled down by Morris for East, and he'll get it ahead to Krista, and it's stolen. And which way is that one going to go? West says it stays with West, and the guys who count say it stays with East. Great effort there. One more time, though. Plenty of high school basketball to come on Western New York Athletics. I'll have 2 girls games next week. Emmanuel takes the 3, banks it in, and it's 58-39. I'll be at Hamburg and Lancaster next week with Paul Catrona for a couple of girls games, and there will be other games on Western New York Athletics. No foul there. They'll be on NFHS. Excuse me. 60-39, and it's stolen. Here's Brannon. Oh, nice move. Puts it up, won't go. Made a move to get around a defender, and the ball will go out of bounds. It'll be inbounded by Connor Krista. And he'll get the ball back and bring it up the floor. Under 3 minutes to play, 60-39 West. And the pass for Krista is too far. Comes to Brannon. See how he's got his head up looking to make a play?
Yeah, he's very impressive for a 9th grader.
He'll put that one up and draw the foul. He was looking for someone to pass it to, but there was no one in that lane.
Yeah, and he's got a body that's, looks a little physically more mature than you might think out of a 9th grader. Yeah, he's very impressive. Yeah, everybody should keep an eye on him.
And it'll be interesting to see what he's like as a senior, as he makes the first free throw, or a junior even.
I'm glad it's my alma mater he's on. So get some Blue Devils success.
So Brannon. And he makes the second free throw. 2:41 to play, 62-39. And now Kenmore West will simply drop back as Lindsey Manuel brings the ball up. Over to Ray Moss. He takes a 3. No good. And hustles after his rebound. We get another whistle. Now in the second half, Kenmore East has committed more than 10 fouls. The clock is stopped at 10. And Kenmore West has just committed their 7th team foul. So this will be a one-on-one for Ray Moss.
And I believe the Blue Devils, well, assuming they're going to win, will play Cheektowaga at noon tomorrow right here at Kenmore West. The JV championship is Kenmore West and Sweet Home. That's at 10 a.m.
So there's only one game here tomorrow?
Two. There's a JV and
but there's no consolation.
They're going to play them in the back gym here.
Oh, they will.
Yeah,
just in the other gym.
They'll be in the other gym.
All right.
The old gym.
Yeah. Not the pit.
Not the pit. No, I wish they would redo the pit. That was a wonderful time.
And here's Hargrave with the ball on the far side. And taking the three with the left hand and missing is A.J. Miller. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Kenmore West. And now we're going to get some more substitutions. Jacob Garden and Robert Hopkins into the game for the Kenmore West Blue Devils, along with Landon Calvert, who inbounds the ball to Richie Janis. And Janis drives, puts up the running one-hander, and scores. Richie Janis, the senior, gets a couple at 64-39, under 2 minutes to play. John Wilson with the ball for the Bulldogs. Down the far side to Ray Moss. Moss drives, and his shot is apparently blocked. We get a whistle and another foul.
Fouls on number 11, Richard Janis' second, team's eighth.
I was searching the internet the other day, and growing up in Rochester, we used to have what was called the Kodak Classic.
Yeah, remember? Yeah.
Which was great. It was at first a big-time Division I tournament, and as college basketball exploded, it became a D3 tournament.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it just went away as he misses the first free throw. The last year, I think, was like 2015. No, it was even before then. The article I read was written in 2015. Les Harrison was the promoter way back in the day. And I used to look forward to that every December in Rochester.
Yeah, you remember my assistant, Jack Hurlin,
sure.
My right hand for many, many years. He went to University of Rochester, and he played in that Kodak Classic, I think, a few times.
So he probably played for Mike Neer.
He did.
Banked up and in, but Landon Calvert scores.
He was on Coach Neer's first team at U of R, yes. And Jack was a hell of a player. He was a great player. High school here at Kenmore West and at U of R, yeah.
And I'll tell you another story. Back in the day, this will be hard for some people to relate to, but I think it was as Calvert sinks the free throw to make it 67-40. Back in the day, it used to be the ECAC Game of the Week with Marv Albert and Bucky Waters.
Saturday afternoons.
Yes. And Jim Beheim, nice play there. Lindsey Manuel scores to make it 67-42. Now, back in the day, I went to one of Jim Beheim's first games. It was against St. Bonaventure. There's the three. That's good. Jacob Garden. And it was, I don't remember who the Bonaventure coach was. Might have been Jimmy Saddlin.
Larry Weesey, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And Manuel puts it up, no good, as we're in the final minute of play.
But, you mentioned the ECAC Game of the Week because back then, that was the only game there was.
Yeah, before the Big East.
You kidding me? Yeah, there was nothing like it is today. There was one game. It was ECAC Game of the Week, and and Bucky Waters. Yeah, you got it right.
And
that's it. I remember when UCLA and Houston played the game in the Dome.
Elvin Hayes.
Yeah, and it was on at like 11 o'clock at night, and it was like the greatest thrill as a young child.
Oh, it was awesome
to watch that game.
Lou Alcindor.
Yeah,
that was
great.
Right,
yeah. And who would have thought? Now you'd have 25 basketball games on every Saturday that you can watch on cable TV.
So in that game, which I think St. Bonaventure won, I have a good friend who lives in Florida now. As the bounce pass is ahead, put up and in. Nicely done by A.J. Miller. And Jim Beheim didn't call a timeout in the final whatever it was. And my friend was a big and still is a big Syracuse fan, but he's never been a big Jim Boeheim fan.
Oh, no.
And I say he's one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to hear it.
No, there's a few guys that are. You're either on one side with Coach or the other side with Coach
Right.
Boeheim. And right now, after the start to their season,
oh boy,
everybody, all the naysayers were really naysayers. But he seemed to right the ship.
Well, so far they're home against Boston College
yeah,
tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know who they played, but I saw they were above 500, right? They were they were at 8-3 or 7-3 or something. So they were scoring points, which they were struggling to do in the beginning.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, anyway, those were the days for some of us. We had a lot of fun back in the day. And
yes,
the buzzer sounds to end this one. Kenmore West gets off the schneid. They get their first win of the season to improve to 1-6. Kenmore East drops to 0-6. The final score, Kenmore West 73, Kenmore East 42. Want to thank everybody and wish the officials a healthy, happy new year. Good to see you guys. That's Ken Harris and Will Tyler. 73-42 is the final score from Kenmore West. The Blue Devils beat the Bulldogs. Want to thank Russ Battaglia on camera. Want to thank Francis Beck, our producer. Want to thank you, Mark Simon. Good to see you. Have a healthy, happy new year.
Yeah, thanks, my friend. Thanks, you guys. Western New York Athletics, you do a great job, and keep it going. So thanks.
All right. So once again, the final score, Kenmore West 73, Kenmore East 42. My name is Stu Boyer. Have a good night, everybody.
Life can be full of surprises, but not always the good kind. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.